This should have been a hint. An absolute hint. Oh boy. Oh boy. I didn't see that last time. I'm not sure. Where are you taking me, Lester?
The Texas Travel Information Center, where there's free maps and literature. Now, this is a beautiful place that we discovered years ago, back when we were coming from Alabama with the RV we got from Jason and Brooke at Cog Hill.
Yes, we needed a break from I-10. I do recall that. So, do you think it's still in the same condition that it was? I love that star. Can we get one of those? Light it up for Christmas. This was a really neat place that we came across by happenstance. And I asked Lester if we could make a stop here because I wanted to show it to y'all. The Blue Star Memorial Highway. This is actually a Texas rest area, but it is not. I know what you're saying. This is dumb, Jamie. We've all been to rest areas.
I'll let you out here and I'll go park.
All right. Make sure you lock the doors. Well, hey, y'all. Good morning and happy Sunday. I know what you're saying, Jamie. We've all been to a rest area before. We know what they look like. Bathrooms, vending machines. You don't. You have no idea what this one holds because it was a total surprise. Even on the highway, it doesn't tell you. It doesn't tell you these things. So, on a map, I wanted to show you. We are here in Orange, Texas. Yes. Texas is gigantic, and if you've ever driven in Texas, it lasts forever and ever and ever. We aren't doing that today. What I am gonna do is show you around. This should have been a hint. An absolute hint. Oh boy, oh boy. I didn't see that last time. I'm not sure. Anyway, this should have been a hint because I've never seen a rest area that had like this covered bridge to walk inside. Wait till you see. Just wait. That's exactly what I said. What I also want to point out is the craft that comes in building things Texas is remarkable because there's stars everywhere. If you notice a star on this gate, the giant star, they are the Lone Star State. Go ahead.
Well, people don't realize that at one point we were a republic. We were our very own country.
Which is crazy.
A lot of folks don't realize that, but if you go back in history, there was a time when Texas was our very own country.
That's so wild to think through.
We became a part of the United States.
I think that y'all are going to learn some of that history even inside here. I know what you're saying, Jamie. Vending machines and toilets. Yeah, they have all of that right there. That's not it, though.
Walk straight on back.
Okay.
Straight back. Good morning.
Good morning.
We're going to make a little video of your little area out back. We love this place. I'm hoping there's no snakes out.
She laughed nervously. She's like, yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah. And you can see why there's so many snakes out here.
Look at it. Okay. To some, they're like, Jamie, you're showing us a swamp. Who cares? You can walk out on a deck and see a swamp.
Hold on. I don't think most people have ever seen a swamp.
That's true. I didn't see a swamp till we drove through Louisiana. This building is actually constructed on a swamp.
Yeah.
And it goes on for so long. But there is a nature trail built as a part of this rest area.
It goes for miles.
It's crazy. So I told Lester today we're gonna walk a little bit of it and show y'all that sometimes everything really is bigger in Texas. But to see a real swamp, like Lester said, maybe something that you've never done before.
But is this just not what you think about when you think about the bayous of Louisiana? This is the bayous of Louisiana.
You know, one of my biggest fears, besides snakes and rats and mice, is alligators. And I don't want to see one here today.
So I can actually see a white crane. I know you can't see it in your camera. You probably can't see it even. But way out there, there's a white crane walking along, eating off the ground.
So one of the things that they do that's really neat is they have information things set up as well for what you may look for. It's nice to get out and stretch your legs. That stretch of I-10 is long. We're at the Blue Elbow Swamp. And it is right near the Sabine River. 60-foot deep river. Pretty cool. It's just wild to me what can actually grow in just standing water.
And then you have to think back to history. It's like at some point it had to have been dry enough for trees to grow. Maybe a dry spell in...
Oh, a drought. That could actually have caused where trees could actually take the time.
And then all of a sudden it got wet again, and all the trees are dead, but they're kind of like petrified dead.
Yeah.
Because you don't see any really new life out there, but besides small stuff.
No.
So it makes you wonder how it became a petrified forest, sort of.
Yeah. When I say this goes on forever, I don't think that y'all realize this isn't just a short little like stretch your legs. Like you can walk and walk and walk and walk. Are you stretching right now?
I did bring swimming shorts for just in case it was warm
to
swim.
Oh my, whatever.
Not here, but at the hotel.
Oh, I didn't bring anything like that.
Yeah, I thought we would swim or get in the hot tub, but it was just too cold and rainy.
Yeah, it was kind of nasty out last night. It's we're kind of in between two weather systems driving home today, so we were lucky enough to get here when it wasn't raining. It is very humid and muggy out here. It feels swampy. That sounds really terrible, but it feels swampy. There are aren't those tallow trees right there? I don't know what those are actually.
No. With all the history.
Oh.
So cypress trees resist rot, which is why these
are all cypress
that they're not really rotting, even though because they resist rot. And trees here were shipped from this area all around the world. Huh. And most of the homes in the South were built from cypress from this area.
Because they naturally didn't rot because, so cypress, I remember talking about cypress knees. Those are the things that come up out of the swamp, and I just don't know why that they do come out. I always assumed for air because that's what it looks like, but that's pretty neat. So they logged this area and most of the South. I mean, that's really what Southeast Texas is, a lot of logging. Mm-hmm. I think it's neat to learn, and the thought that they built this out here to be able to experience, because never in my life would I've ever walked in or over or near a swamp, but this is done from a safe space. 20% of the forested wetlands are left in the United States. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Blue Elbow Swamp represents one of the last great cypress Tupelo gum swamps. So that's what that tree is, a Tupelo gum. Because to me, it did look like a gum tree. Like, the gum balls that we all hate that are ankle breakers. And that makes sense. I see a willow. That also makes sense.
Yeah, lots of cypress, weeping willow.
I just think it's neat that they took the time to put this out here and to construct this, and that if you've ever driven across Louisiana, Interstate 10 to me is like treacherous. I don't enjoy that drive. It's very stressful, and if you do it in the rain, it's even worse. But to be able to have this as a neat place to explore, especially if you have kids that have been sitting in the car a long time, can safely run along here, and really neat. Look at this. I was right. Non-native plants and vegetation such as the Chinese tallow trees were introduced as a source of oil and ornamental plants. We have tallow trees at Plum Grove. Oh, look, big Trudy.
But babe, that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
That's saying that was bad. Someone brought those here, and it was a bad thing because now the oils and stuff inhibit the growth of natural.
Oh, so that's an invasive.
Yeah. and the whatever and water hydrants block the sunlight from native aquatic plants, and they choke the waterways.
Oh, so that was a bad deal then.
Yeah.
Huh. They are everywhere in Plum Grove, even out in the woods.
Yeah.
And I'd never seen those before in my life. I just thought they were a Texas thing. Didn't know they were a Chinese thing. I'm so terrified to see an alligator. I'm on like red alert right now.
Well, you kind of want to see a snake or an alligator.
I don't want to see a snake. I don't need to see a snake. I'm good. I've seen plenty of snakes. Please do not. This is funny. Please do not feed wildlife. Wild animals that do not fear humans can be very dangerous. Listen, animals in general, they don't even have to be wild. Animals that don't fear humans can be very dangerous. That is a lesson in life. It'd be really neat if Lester could see an eagle out here. That would make like his whole life. His whole life. It would make his knee pain all worth it for this journey. There's a cypress knee that I was telling you about. See how they come up? It's like, to me, they like come up for air. They're okay with living in the water, but they need something to stick out of it. I'm gonna keep going, babe. I'm gonna keep going. I know that Lester doesn't think about I know that getting out and seeing nature and taking time is not always in everybody's like purview or desires. But I think it's really important to like take it in, know what's out there, understand it enough to be able to say that you saw it. It was free to come here. It's a lovely walk in the swamp. You can say today that you walked in the swamp with Lester and Jamie. And it just goes on and on and on. Oh, here's the sign about alligators. They probably put it out here like, this is where ours live. My thing about alligators is in a swamp like this is like, do they ever like get on land out in places like this? Oh, I don't know what that was, but something just jumped in right there. Not really interested in that so much. There's a crane. Welcome to Texas. In Orange, Texas, the Texas Information and Visitor Center. If you're ever driving by here, I recommend you get out and stretch your legs. This is really neat. And one of my next favorite things is to go inside that building because they have coloring books and road maps and things, and they update them every single year. I'll give the coloring books to Carter, Cash, Coda, or keep them at my house for when they come visit. And it's always good to have a regular paper map. Always good. All right. This is about an hour and a half from Longhorn Lester, so we have quite a bit of drive, and I'll be the first to admit we haven't had coffee yet this morning. I made Lester get out and take a walk pre-coffee. It's gonna be a good day, y'all. I hope you have a good one too.